Hey, welcome into the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. What a beautiful Cinco de Mayo Eve it is.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Is that a celebration that is just like, is it just, does everybody celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Everybody celebrates Cinco de Mayo.
Right. I'm just saying, is it just...
No, it's caught on, man.
Okay.
Like it's
So
out
people
there.
in Massachusetts are celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
There is
Right.
Are they?
there's a thing.
They're not going to make margaritas. And
I know it's going to blow your
drinking shots of
mind.
Tequila.
Called the internet.
Oh, so it's spreading.
It has spread like wildfire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Any
they're-
excuse to eat Mexican food and drink Mexican beer.
Right.
In
Margaritas.
Ireland,
Okay. All right.
they're going to be serving some type of like I imagine
boy.
some like I don't know. I want to say porridge, but not
Right.
porridge. Like
Porridge?
potatoes.
Wow.
Potatoes. Maybe some lamb and some freaking
Mutton.
margaritas.
Mutton.
Some margaritas.
Well, somebody
for Cinco de Mayo.
Somebody mentioned earlier, right? And maybe it was John. We did a live. I think he said Cinco de Mayo, or actually like St. Patty's Day, or Cinco de Mayo is like a spicy
St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day.
No, that's true.
Everybody just gets completely obliterated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's green
yeah.
beer or green margaritas. Which one do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Right. That's it.
Hey, a lot of rookies on the road, so just go ahead and just keep that at the house. All right?
Yeah, I think this should be like obviously St. Patty's Day is way bigger, right? It's worldwide. I think Cinco de Mayo is probably a United States thing and a Mexico thing and a southern. I just
You
hit the
think?
It's
microphone.
everywhere.
I know it's everywhere, but I don't think it's celebrated the way it is here. Like, yes, they may know of it and whatever else, but it's not like it's done here in Texas, Mexico, like throughout. I'm just saying it's not.
Yeah,
right?
somebody's going to listen to this episode, and it's going to be like 10 years from now, and it's going to be like Christmas, and they're like, I don't give a shit about Cinco de Mayo. But we appreciate it, definitely. Let's bring in our guest. We got Jonathan Jones come with the Smokin Hope Foundation. And Jonathan, how's it going, brother?
What's going on, man? It's going great, man. I'm blessed. How y'all doing, boys?
We're doing well.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
We got the man MC JJ101 in the house.
We don't forget.
Hey,
Yo, cheers to that, man. Cheers to
Hey.
Yes, sir.
there it
Let's
is.
do it.
Big
Man.
salut.
Just remember, whatever you say, we'll always remember.
If it's on the internet,
Man.
it's on the internet.
Man, and I can't take it back.
There it is.
Man, there's so much stuff out there. I didn't ask folks to take down. Like, yo, I'm on this whole new path.
Yeah, hey,
like,
yeah, right. Don't do that.
Help your boy out.
Yeah,
So we got Jonathan
You know
Jones.
what?
yeah. Go ahead.
One of the three
I hate to
points.
inter-
Go for it.
I hate to interrupt, but since y'all are my boys, man, and I love this podcast, I'm gonna go ahead and drop an exclusive right off the jump.
Let's
Y'all,
go.
man.
Let's
hear
go.
it.
Breaking news.
All right. So all y'all got to do, if you want to dig up a little dirt on me, go on YouTube and search "I Love Chipotle." It's a music video I shot way back in the college years. No beard, singing my heart out about "I Love Chipotle." There it is. Grab them in the Brisket exclusive, man.
There it is. I love
That is
Chipotle.
fantastic.
We may have T-shirts coming up. I'm just gonna let you know.
If for the listeners, you want to see this, there
Yeah.
will be a link down below. Y'all can check this out.
Oh, yeah. Let's blow this up.
I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah, Matt's already like video.
Yo,
He's like, I got it.
Dude,
That's
me
great.
and my friend Jeff, way back in the days, man, we threw that up and we found a way to get it on like Spotify and everything. I still get like $10 a year from this song.
Dude,
that's still
let's
floating around out
go.
there.
That's fantastic.
Oh man. Hey, listen. You say that, and all of a sudden, Chipotle calls you and says, "Hey, I need the rights to this song." You're
I want
like,
to use that jingle.
"Money, money, money." Just saying.
Yeah, bro.
You never know.
Let's
You
donate
never
to
know.
Smokin Hope.
It's out there. It's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Let's do it. So Well, earlier I was going to say, so we have Jonathan Jones here, three-peat. This doesn't happen very often.
This is only the second person.
Do what?
This is only the second person we've had on 3 times.
That's right.
Correct. Yeah. So, hey man, we appreciate you being back with us. What is going on with you? What's new with you?
Man, what ain't new is the question to ask, man. Man, just rolling through. This last year has been like a big learning curve for me between working for myself and shooting and producing all of the content that I do out of the crib, pretty much. You know what I mean? My wife and I are a dynamic duo. Between that and juggling the nonprofit stuff, still, every day making time for the kids and baths and story time and all that good stuff. It's been a ton of work, but like anything else, man, you fumble through it and you start to realize, man, I got more to give. I got a whole nother gear. So we've been producing a lot of good content, especially with the good folks at Oklahoma Joe's, and we have a Cookout culture series that they've been able to pick up, and they're going to be shouting that out on their channels as well. Smokin Hope, I always say that summertime is Smokin Hope time. We continue to do it all year, but something about the grind of getting out in the 10-degree heat, that's when we like to double down. That's when you see you don't see a lot of other, nonprofits going to these areas that we go into and serve them up. So we're going to be doing that. And we got our, what we call the cut and queue, where we do the free haircuts and the free barbecues. So we're going to be getting that back up and going.
Let's go.
And then other than that, man, enjoying these summers with the kids off, man. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Hey, can we give a big shout out to your wife? Because listen, I know you're good and whatever else, but her eye, man, she's got an eye on the camera, and she takes some great photography, great videos and whatever else. Like, please give her a big shout out, because hey, listen, she's making you look good, brother.
Right. Yeah, it's a team thing that we do, man.
Yeah.
And before I started even posting my cooks online, my wife and I, we were in the wedding industry. She still does a lot of wedding like photography and stuff. And it's funny because she was always into the photo side of things, and I was always doing the video side of things.
Yeah.
And when these newer opportunities in the barbecue space, they started to come up, I said, well, I need to kind of understand some type of product photography. And so she's been able to show me that side of thing.
Yep.
And also I've been training her up, like, I got the settings all dialed in, just like hold the camera like this, get this particular shot. And but yeah, man, my wife Ariana, man, she's been amazing. And y'all know how it goes, man. When your significant other, backs your ideas, man. And it take a lot of work, but once those receipts start turning over and you start stacking a couple wins, it just kind of makes you bulletproof. So we've been growing and glowing together, man.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. And John, you and your wife work a lot together.
We do a lot of the barbecue stuff together. I wish one of us knew how to do the camera stuff like y'all do. Yeah. Because we could use some help.
Hey, I tell you what, man, you need to put on a class about just some of the shots and some of the ideas, because I kind of knew that y'all both were, like you both y'all have the eyes, and when it comes to like finding the shots and finding the angles and whatever else, James does a really good job. I suck. I am not good. I have no idea. I am the worst person. If somebody says take a picture of me, there's always a redo by somebody else, because I just physically don't know. Right? It's not like I'm oblivious, but I'm oblivious when it comes to this.
Yeah. Jan acts like he is like the grandpa that just discovered Facebook.
What is this
and he's
thing?
doing videos and like selfies on his food. I'm like, Jan, what are you doing? Like, can you just like at least frame it in and just like
I don't know.
It's like the lighting looks like
that's not
it's
my
coming
bag,
under
man.
like fluorescent light that has been in there since like the
Yellow light.
1970s.
It's all
It's
yellow.
all bad.
Yeah.
It just it does look good. He's like, hey, can you use this? I'm like,
No.
yes, we can try to use this.
I'll take a snippet of that. Yeah. Listen, what not to do. I'm just saying, it's not a bad idea and probably not a bad angle because y'all put out some really, really good video. Dude, you could market a class in that right now alongside the barbecue thing. I'm telling you right now, I would sign up. I'm just saying. Y'all are phenomenal.
There it is.
That's for
There
sure.
it is, man. Yeah, and I always tell folks, man. I think, but after like a couple of like food related things, the number one question I get is like, "Yo, what camera do I go out and buy?"
Yep.
Or like, you know, what should I edit on and stuff like that. And I always tell folks, man, I know as cliche as it sounds, the best camera to have is the one you got on you, right? A lot of times it's more about like, you know, the story or what you're capturing.
Yeah.
And then once you do, you know, kind of nail that down, then you can start looking at, you know, equipment and things like that. But even with the equipment, you can have a $10,000 setup, man, but if you don't know how to use the shit,
That's right.
Hey, it's gonna look like high quality shit, right?
That's
Am I
right.
allowed to cuss on?
No, you can cuss, man.
I'll edit that right
Hey,
out.
I can say shit too, man. I'm just
Okay.
saying. Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
you know how many
My bad.
megapixels?
No, you're good. I'm messing with you, man.
No,
I'm messing with
listen.
you.
This is not a
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like there will
But
be
yeah,
a disclaimer
what
on
I
here.
like to tell folks.
We're about to shotgun
What I
some
like
beer
to
in a
tell
second.
folks is shoot the content and shoot in the way that you would want to see it. I can't tell y'all how many times, y'all know how it is, man, when you're on YouTube University and stuff like that.
Yep.
You're like, man, he or she gave me some game, but I really didn't see like what I really needed to
Yep.
see. So I always tell folks, a lot of those cool angles and stuff that you find, they come from you saying, how would I want this to be shown to me? Is it over the top shot, you know, downwards, or is it at a certain angle and stuff like that? And then you just kind of get creative with it, man. You see what works.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'm telling you right now, man. I'm not bullshitting with you. I'm telling you right now, if you were to probably push a 20-minute little teaching class on some of that, right? I'm telling you right now, you would get people to sign up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So
Damn.
You mentioned the cookout culture, and I have been seeing some of those videos. I think more and more frequently. You want to tell us what that's about?
Yeah, so cookout culture, it started as an idea. I always love giving back to my community in some capacity, right?
Yep.
I always feel like the way I play this whole game is the more that you give, the more that you get back, right? So I wanted to shine light on some of these local establishments that we got out here in Arizona. And with that, I'm also getting these reps up, right? Like the whole gist of it is to someday, you know, whether it's on TV or some certain platform, to have that type of series or show, right?
Yep.
And I'm not scared to like fall on my face on any of the things that I jump into. So I said, you know what? Like, we're gonna go out. Me and Ariana, we're gonna go out. We're gonna film us pulling up to some of these establishments, and I'm gonna learn how to become like a host, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then over time, we're starting to get these reps up to where now she is shooting even more and more of this stuff, and I'm becoming a little more, comfortable on camera. I mean, I've been cool on camera, but to hold a conversation and to ask questions and interview folks and try to pull some stuff out, y'all know how that.
It's slowing down. So I think what you're talking about is slowing down, because when you first start, you feel like you have to be quick. You feel like if there's any moment to pause, somebody's going to look at you and go like, "Hey, what is that? It?"
You got to channel that energy,
right? So for me, public speaking or anything else, it's all about slowing down and just taking time to even draw out your words a little bit and going, "Hey, you're still gauging. You're still trying to like gauge the room and also deliver a message or whatever you want to say." But for me, it was always slowing it down. Once I sped it up, then I became like anxious, right?
Well,
I just couldn't do it.
They always taught me, and so I took a course in college doing public speaking. So and they taught you like just imagine the whole audience naked.
Right.
Right.
It does not work.
That just calms the nerves, and no, it doesn't work.
That doesn't work, man.
I mean, I was gonna say it can calm nerves, or it can do something else.
Yeah, something else. Now you gotta hide yourself or something.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Was it like a year ago that we had you on, like for the first time? Because I think then you had mentioned that you were going to be rolling out like an AP rub soon. So I don't know if that's come out, or if that's taken a back burner to all the charity work and everything.
Yeah. So at the top of every year, I kind of set these goals for myself, and you're gonna swing for the fences, right?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
And like I was kind of getting at earlier in the chat, was the learning curve of, like when it comes to business, like you got to plant some seeds way back there to see them come into fruition. 2-3 years in advance, especially with content. I'm so used to like, hey, let's go shoot it and let's turn it around and throw it up in a day or two.
Yeah, we're right there with you. That's our mentality.
And I'm just being transparent. When you're trying to get to the bag, or you trying to make some stuff really pop off, you got to have patience, and you got to, present it and really see it through the right way. So, yeah, man, I had all these goals, and I was like, I'm gonna throw a rub out. I might have a sauce, and then I started to look at my schedule and more so my energy. Right, like I'm giving back. I'm still at home. I'm still a dad first and foremost, and a husband. Right. Yep. And I got a couple friends in the seasoning and rub spaces, and their advice is, hey, don't really hop into this if you really ain't
it's saturated.
Trying to be in this like right.
It's a lifestyle.
So it's one of those things where you look at the game, you do your research, and then that was one of those things where I said, you know what, we're gonna see that. We'll see about that later down the line. And man, I think. And I know a lot of y'all listeners can probably attest to this too. Like I've jumped to conclusions, and I've ran with the idea too quick, too many times, and then found myself in a position where I was like, bro, I don't really want to be doing this. Or now it becomes, instead of being fun, it becomes like, fuck, I got to do this shit again. Like I ain't really trying to. So for me, I said, hey, we gonna like Deion Sanders, man. He's like, keep the main thing the main thing.
Let's go.
Right. My thing is gonna be this barbecue content, this family oriented lifestyle. Yeah. Just giving back to the community, and then the things that come, here and there, like the Cookout Culture series and stuff like those. Them is cherries on the top,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would tell you this, if you think about the legacy you're leaving right now, and it is a legacy, by the way, right? Because you're putting yourself out there, and it's something that probably no other generation has really ever had, right? Up until like the internet and being able to film something and put it on the internet. Like that was the, I think that was the moment where the idea was like, oh my God, this could be around forever, right? Mm-hmm. So the fact that your kids could turn around and go, I want to see the guy. I want to see the man that started this. I want to see his thought process. Right. This is something that's viable, and it's crazy to think about it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's
kind of why we started the podcast, part of it anyway, right?
It is.
So our great-great-grandkids can go back and listen to our
episodes. It doesn't matter.
Like, those guys are idiots.
but it's like, what were they thinking at their age? Who are they now, right? Or whatever it is, right? I think that's a blessing. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a blessing to give the right message, to be the right person, to, I don't know, man, just be genuine. Like, and by the way, you are. I mean, you've had so much success because you're so genuine. Because you're, it's pretty badass, man.
Every time, first I'm gonna receive them flowers, man, and I appreciate you saying that, because my wife has been challenging me to take the compliments and not try to preach to folks, man. Yeah. So I like, thank you, man. It means a lot, and it's one of them things where sometimes you just doing something because you love it, and then over time you start to realize, man, like this is actually like I'm building something here. Like we on to something now.
Yeah.
And I will say, man, for whoever might be hearing this or checking this out, man, you know, we all got a pass, right? Like I didn't come out just trying to give back to the community.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, there's some. I always tell my friends, man, I feel like I didn't hit like 3 different lifetimes just with where my mindset has been. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you know, we all got to go through some things, man. And I'm just appreciative that I'm at a spot now where I can really capitalize on these things and the skill sets that I've been blessed with. Not only can I, can I benefit from them, but I can also put some other folks on and create some opportunities with people as well. So
that's right.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, you've been getting you've been getting plenty of people like volunteering at these events, or do you need more people to show up, or is it more than enough? How's it looking?
What's one of the challenges like?
Yeah.
So it's crazy because when we first started Smokin Hope, man, it was really grassroots and just kind of going off the energy, right? It was the cool thing to do, right? Like, I had, random people up at my crib, you know what I mean? And we cooking for all these people, and we probably doing things a certain way that now I would look at it and be like, yo, that's gonna get us in some hot water.
Yeah.
So now what we found is a couple years ago, we had built up so much steam and so much momentum. We kind of got away from like what our main mission was, which was going to some of these underserved areas that, when we pull up, they're like, what are y'all doing out here?
Right.
Like out here?
Yeah.
And that's just how everything evolves, right?
Yeah.
So we had started partnering up with a lot of like shelter services and halfway houses and stuff, which all good work is good work, you know what I mean? But we got away from what was, our core mission.
Yep.
So now we're kind of getting back into, man, I remember the first time we got the van, we were so hyped about being able to like be more mobile, right?
Yep.
And once we started getting into those more
it's badass,
structuralized, formal situations, the van just became more of a transportation thing. You know what I mean? And I was, another year went by and I looked up and I said, man, like, I remember we wanted to be mobile because COVID was going down and we couldn't, have people lined up. So now this was at a time where we were trying to like hop in the van and just go bless people that we could find on the streets. And I'm happy to say that we've been getting back to that. That takes less volunteers, but it does take more prep work, right?
Yeah. More
and
time.
that's just a part of it. But we have a strong core team that man, I asked some of these friends and these family members for some outrageous ask, and they deliver every time, man. And quarterly, here and there, we're still going to do our big pop-ups and our big, partnerships with the shelter services and like that. So that would be something where we would need some more volunteers or some more support on. Other than that, it's all about contributions and just kind of keeping the word out. I think the power of social media and just sharing what we're doing is one of the main things that we can focus on.
So how often are you guys out there hitting the streets doing this thing?
So we're at least trying to get out once a week, and that's kind of bare minimum. And then in between, we still want to have our, let's go for, for us, a big push is to do like 300-400 people at a time, right?
Yeah. Which by the way, it takes a lot of preparation. Like, obviously, I mean, you have a job, you have this whole. I'm gonna use the word circus. I know, and it's not maybe a great word to use for this, but you're juggling so much. Right, and at the same time, you're still getting out, doing the entire giving back, right? Still spreading the message that you're trying to do, and still raising a family. Like dude, like the dedication. I don't know how much time you have in your day, but like, holy shit. You know, I get up and I'm like, I got to go to work today. And I get home, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll, you know, and we talk a little bit here and there throughout the day, but Mike, your days are filled. You've got a filled day, man. Yeah. Every single day.
It's freaking badass. We really lean on Google Calendars, man. Like, we have a family calendar and everything, whether it's my son's haircut appointment or my daughter's, you know, she's going into kindergarten and we got to go meet the teachers and stuff. Like, I don't care how small it is, it's got to go on there. And that's alleviated a lot of stress between my wife and I, you know, me having something going on, but not putting it on the calendar. And I'm about to roll out and it's like, well, we had this thing planned or that thing planned. So, it definitely takes a lot of energy. And that's one of the things that I've been getting a lot better at too, is just, I call it protecting my energy and saying no to some things. You know, a lot of the brand deals and opportunities that come around, man, they look real good. They look real juicy. But how much can I really give to it? And how much is it really benefiting the things that I want to keep at the forefront? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just rolling with like that. And there's seasonalities too. There's times when, you know, the kids are in school, so I got time. You know what I mean? And there's times where I say, okay, maybe we can't go out once a week on the Smokin Hope missions, but best believe when we do go out on the next one, we putting it on them. You know what I mean? And just kind of going with it, not getting caught up in the details, and remembering to have fun too.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I think it's one thing this service, this need, it's never going to go away. There's always going to be people that need the help and need the assistance, and people like Jonathan and his organization that want to give back, that want to help. They just need, and I would say there's probably a lot of stuff that you need, but I mean, definitely a little bit of a monetary support to help. Maybe it's like getting into a commercial kitchen, or maybe it's getting into something to where you can just really ramp up and just produce a lot of like food. Also, we need some badass barbecue pits for sure.
Sweat equity. Volunteers.
It's on my end. It's heartfelt. I feel it. It's something that's never going to go away. People are always going to be out there. We see it nowadays in this where we're at, and I'm sure it's everybody here across the country that is listening. Whatever you see, people on the corner. You see the people that are just like struggling to make ends meet. You got the veterans. You have everybody out there that just need a little assistance.
Elderly, man. It's always with the elderly.
If everybody just got out there and just like, hey, just can I help out? Can I do a little bit like Jonathan's doing? I think it would just make the world just a little bit of a better place. So with that, hey, I appreciate you. I thank you for everything you're doing over there with Smokin Hope. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna get off my box. And
well, last time we saw you, we were out at the American Royale, whatever, however you say that. Royal, okay.
Yeah. Us in Texas struggle with that word for sure.
I want to say Royale, but I know that ain't it. And you were out there with Oklahoma Joe, and they were just showing off this new grill that had the center firebox, and it wasn't even like ready to go. It was just like a demo piece, just to kind of show, whatever, exactly. But I know that you got one, and I know you've been playing with it. Can you tell us about this thing?
Yeah, man, it's been, you know, one of my favorite go-tos, man. You can pile a bunch of meat on it. You know, with Smokin Hope, for instance, man, like we cook in batches, right? Until we have the monstrous double. What y'all got over there? Double 5,000? I don't even know. It's
5,000.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of cooking in batches, right? And you know, I love that offset. So I can't tell you how many times I've started, you know, a cook on the offset, moved it over to the Marshall, and vice versa. It's super versatile. It runs for a good amount of time, and they just hit it out of the park with another product, man.
That thing is awesome. That's what it's called, the Marshall. I couldn't remember the name of it.
the Marshall center box smoker. And when I first saw it, I was kind of like, we'll see, you know. It handled the short cooks really well. It even handled this last brisket really well too. And I'm gonna be honest, man, like the brisket would have came off so much better, but I had a few too many while I was shooting the cook, and I ran it a little too long. But you know how it is. You put all that work in on a brisket, you like, hey, we rolling with it. Like,
Right. Oh, 100%.
That's another thing for creators too. Like, share the fails too, man.
Is this a brisket fail? Because you know what? Sucklebusters.
Okay.
Everybody wants some Sucklebusters.
Yeah, y'all should go pull it up, and definitely we'll have some fun with it,
Yeah.
man.
This.
Yes.
What's your go-to brisket rub?
Salt, pepper, garlic.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, garlic, and then if I'm feeling funky, I might throw a little additional, some type of seasoning salt or Cajun something on it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to send you some chicks that smoke. Throw that in there with it next time. You're going to love
Hey,
it.
I'm ready for it, man. I always love switching it up.
Let's go.
Texas got the best barbecue, so
I love that.
if it's got the Texas stamp on it, man, I'm gonna show some love, dude.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
I think nowadays, since the internet and just everybody's social media presence, I think the Texas footprint as far as how they do stuff, that's kind of gotten out. Like, do they follow it? I don't know, but a lot of people have branched out all throughout the United States, and they're doing that salt and pepper, that coarse black pepper, that kosher salt, low and slow smoke, whatever, which is phenomenal barbecue. A lot of people are doing it.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I watch even social media stuff. And one of my favorite things, and I don't know why it is. Maybe it's just seeing people from other countries just come to the United States and just tell us like how awesome the United States is, and
How good your barbecue is.
it's just barbecue.
What
and
is this
everything.
big dino rib we're eating?
Right,
Like, that's
right.
one I always see. I see that everybody's always holding a dino rib and they're always looking at each other going like,
Yeah,
This is real.
where did this come from?
and they
right?
come to Texas or they go try barbecue somewhere else and they try it and they're like, and you can see the wheels turning in their head like, I actually want to move here. It is the best. So I don't know why I got a kick out of that, but yeah.
Got a kick out of it. I don't know why you got a kick out of it either, James.
Jeez.
James got a kick out of that.
Hey, brisket's always king. Right behind it is dino ribs, man. I love a
Dude.
good dino rib.
I thought, man, I thought you were gonna say Dino Nugs.
Those are good, too.
Dino Nuggets, they're really good. I love those things. We do them like once a week, maybe at the house.
Get some mac and cheese. and go
It's
with that,
usually
man.
after podcast night that I throw those in the oven. Just like you know.
Oh, man.
when you're
Dude, I'm set up the same way. Like people see all these recipes and stuff. One thing is we didn't shot them weeks ago.
Yeah.
Excuse me there. The other thing is we eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly, breakfast for dinner,
Yep.
chicken nuggets, like oven meals, all kinds of stuff, dude.
Yep.
Hey,
Let's normalize keeping it real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's normal. I'm not the crazy one.
hey, Jonathan, are there any trends out there you see in barbecue world that you're just like, no? Why are you guys doing that?
Nah, not really.
what
man.
about the
Slapping
binders?
Your meat's always been kind of odd to me.
What about the binder?
What do you say?
Binders, when people are like in the videos, they slap the meat. You know what I mean? It's like,
That's weird.
what are we doing here, man?
Hey,
Yeah.
it's super sexual and weird at the same time. You're like, nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah, well, it really depends
Don't do
upon the
that.
cut of meat, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're like, nah, I'm good. Just don't do that. It's just
You
weird.
gotta love on the meat, like.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you slapping the meat and you got some goddamn
Yeah.
like Luther Vandross or some
Yeah.
slow
Oh,
R&B
listen.
type
No. What I'm listen.
The
What
light-
I'm
the lights
saying
get
is
down low.
no. What I'm saying is when you slap the piece of meat, but you look at the camera very seductively. It's super freaking weird.
It's the eye
You know what I
contact.
mean? It's the eye contact. Don't look at me. look at that piece of meat you're slapping. You know what I mean? Like that sells it. I'm just saying, don't make it creepy.
How many of these videos you watching,
Dude, there's a whole thing on it.
He's got a whole playlist.
There's a whole Reddit. Dude, don't go
There's
down
a whole Reddit. Wow.
Hey, that little rabbit hole will screw your life up.
He went to Reddit hashtag slap your meat. Right. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't
Do
pull
not
that
look
one
that
up.
up.
Lord.
Yeah. Don't slap your meat before you cook it. Reddit forum. That's what I'm on.
And then with binders, I've seen a lot of binders, man. It is what it is, man. Do what y'all want to do. I seen the mayo thing. And,
Yeah. Hot sauce.
You know, people saying don't use this type of oil no more because that'll kill you. Like all this shit can kill us, man. Like we all, like newsflash, we all gonna die one day. You might as well go down doing what you want to do, man.
That's right.
To a certain extent.
Well, maybe
but
to
yeah,
any
dude,
extent.
I mean, if we want to take it that far, let's
I
go,
mean,
baby.
maybe to any extent. It's you, man. Do what you want to do.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
weird? Hey, and by the way, nobody's asked this question. But what are you drinking?
This is shout out to my good friends at Oklahoma Joe's.
Hey, I have that.
This is some monkey shoulder, man.
Okay. I don't
What is
know.
that? Is that a whiskey?
Little scotch,
scotch.
whiskey.
Okay.
Scotch whiskey.
Oh, all
There
right.
it is.
It's a nice. Y'all got we got. I'm trying to think what store that would be for you guys, but it's a local
Specs
grocery
or
store
something?
out here.
We have
It's
Total
called
Wine.
Fries.
Fries. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, our grocery
Yeah,
stores
no, I
don't
got-
carry
no.
liquor.
Man, I was gonna say I go to the grocery store for my liquor, and then if it's something special I'm trying to find, then I'll go to like Total Wine. Or
I don't
something,
know
but-
what's happening. What do you say?
He can get his liquor at an actual grocery store. Like,
Yeah.
in Texas,
I
you
know.
can't do
every
that.
time
but-
I go out, every time I go to
Yeah.
Texas, it still blows my mind every time
Yeah.
I see it.
There-
You can
It's
go.
funny too. There used to be a rule, like you used to here in Arizona, you could only buy liquor at the grocery store after like 11 a.m. or 12 noon. But I've tested it, man. I've been in here at 6 a.m.
You're like, hey, are you still getting
Right.
down on this?
Yeah.
Check me out, please.
Yeah, you have a problem, but we'll sell it
But
to you.
yeah, monkey
Yeah.
shoulder is like, you know what? If you know, for my friends and people that are just getting into it, whiskey or scotch, I always tell them to start with monkey shoulder. It's real like light and kind of. I guess you would say on the fruitier blend. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
taste no fruit when you drink. It's alcohol, but come on, you
Yeah,
know.
you gotta let it bloom a little bit.
But it's a nice entry level Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's entry for you. What's your go to? If you had the one like your last sip, your last cocktail, your last what would it be?
I'm still searching, man. I'm still searching. I just started. I started drinking whiskey and bourbon and stuff like that. Like maybe this sounds horrible.
No, it's good.
When we had my daughter, so about 5 years.
There it
ago,
is. Hey,
Hey, they have that effect, brother.
sometimes it changes.
It
us.
happens.
Sometimes it changes a little bit.
I got
right?
you. I got
Yeah, I
four
started-
kids.
I
I'm
started
full blown
drinking
alcoholic.
bourbon, and I started drinking bourbon, and I started developing allergies. I haven't had allergies in forever, or I never had allergies until we had my daughter. So,
Yeah.
shout out to my daughter.
There it is. Hey, what about wine? You,
But,
you
I
a
will
wine
say-
guy or no?
I mean, I'll sip on it here and there, but I can't
Okay.
tell you like what a good wine is. As
Yeah.
far as bourbons go, Uncle Nearest and Treaty Oak, those are solid ones for me. But I don't have like the crazy expensive stuff, man.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? I'm
yeah.
still trying to
No.
develop the palate before I,
Right.
drop some coin on that.
Yeah. No, that's smart.
Yeah. Can I ask? So we've touched a lot of bases. Can we just get a little personal? Can we get into what do you do for fun outside of barbecue?
What do I-
Outside of smoking hoe? What do you like to do?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, man. So I love getting outside. I love hiking, and as of late, I've become accustomed to enjoying the opportunity to work out. Put it that way. I love going out with the fellas too, man. Throwing axes or just bowling or playing pool or just shooting the shit, watching a good football game. I love my Phoenix Suns, even though we're kind of on the ropes right
Yeah, we
now.
know.
But I love sports. Yeah, dude, I love sports. I love going out and shooting too, man. Like I live in a small city called Anthem, Arizona. I was gonna say something that was gonna get me in some hot water, but just know I like shooting, man.
There it is. All right,
go
hey,
out-
no hot
yeah,
water tonight.
yeah,
No hot water tonight.
It's no hot water in Texas. We all like the shootings.
Oh, you know what? That's right, man.
Ugh.
Y'all know, y'all already know what's up, man. Texas, Arizona, yeah, dude. So, yeah, we got land out back. It ain't ours, but it's the community's land. So
There
we
it
let
is.
off some steam, back there. And the best friend to have is a friend with a boat or some quads or something. So, that's kind of how I get my balance between, a lot of the positive stuff, some of the more buttoned up stuff you might see on the social media feed. And then sometimes daddy got to cut loose too.
You
know
gotta
what I
go,
mean?
man. You gotta let
Sometimes you got to
loose.
go blast some tannerite out in the woods. You just got to do what you got to do.
Blow some shit up, dude.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many.
Nah.
Man, I don't know if it's because I had a couple glasses, but I'm
No,
giving y'all a lot
it
of
is.
exclusives here,
It's
man.
hey, 100%. It is because you had a couple of glasses.
You are lubricated.
Let's go.
I can't tell you how many complimentary barbecue products I've received that weren't up to par.
Yeah. Oh
Say,
no.
oh, we gonna take this out back.
Hey, listen. We get those, but we're honest about it, right? People send us stuff, but we're like, you know what? Like, so it wasn't that bad, but this guy sends us this wing seasoning. Remember that back in the day? He sends us wing seasonings, and he's like, "Hey, review this." So we review it. We cook wings up. We review, and actually,
There was a bunch of different ones. There was a couple that we
But
really
there was-
liked.
there
and
was
there was
one
a few that we were like,
that lemon pepper was probably the best lemon pepper seasoning I ever had on wings at that time, right? Everything else I roasted. And when I roasted it, man, I was like, that's fine. I'll never see this guy again. Best lemon pepper, whatever. Literally like 6 months later, I'm at a cook-off. This dude comes walking up and says, grabbing the brisket. I was like, yeah. He goes, you reviewed my seasonings. You fucking roasted me. I was like, oh my God, right? And I was like, what's your seasoning? I was trying to be nice about it. No, this dude was like you're screwing me, basically, right? And I'm like, what was your seasoning? And he said it. I was like, the lemon pepper.
hell of a lemon pepper.
I go, the lemon pepper. I said, that was the best. And he's like, yeah, but you didn't use the seasonings the way they should be used with. They should be used with other seasonings. I go, nah, I'm sorry, man. That's not for me. Like, I'm not. I felt so bad. So bad over
For the
there.
most part now, though, if we get something we don't like, we just don't talk about it.
Right.
We just leave that in a box.
No, but we should tell them what we think about it, right?
we don't have to
let
tell
me
them on
ask
the
you,
air.
Jonathan, what do you think about that? Should we tell them what we think about it, or should we not?
So I always followed the, I guess you would call it like the Yelp review advice, right? Like if it ain't so positive, it'll be my response to them in the email or on the phone or something.
Private.
And then if it's good or solid, then that's what you'll see go up online.
Exactly.
I respect
That's
that.
what I'm talking about.
I respect that. You're right. I respect that. Listen, it wasn't for me.
But
maybe
people-
for other people it
do
was.
need to,
You're right.
like-
You're right.
People do need to feel that pushback, man. Like, especially with like whether it's negative comments or anything like that. Like, we let a lot of stuff slide because we want to have a certain image and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
Nobody
like, we're getting into an age where like people like really feel like they could just like jump off and say whatever, and it would never be that same energy if we were in the same space together. And that's not even like I don't want to sound boisterous or whatever it might
Sure.
be, but like we gotta hold each other accountable, whether that's negative comments and me hitting you up in your DM like, yo, what's that about? What we talking about there?
Yeah.
Or if it's a seasoning somebody sent me or a product and I'm just like, hey man, I tried it out and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
it's definitely our responsibility, especially as like creatives or people that people follow us and they trust what we say. To come back to these people, these personalities, or these companies and say, "Yo, like, we ain't rocking with that one. Like that one don't get the job done." Just keeping it real, man. And it feels so much better to do that. Like when I first started off, with some of these brand deals and stuff, and kind of being online, and then sometimes the nonprofit thing can kind of put you in a certain box. Man, I've gotten so much. I've just avoided so much like negative thoughts and energy just by saying what the hell I want to say. You know what I mean? And they're gonna take it. Either the people that rock with it, they're gonna rock with it, and everybody else, they can kick rocks, man.
Hey, I totally hear you, but I do think there's some comfort in once you know somebody's going to. I'm not saying the one off, right? If somebody asks you your opinion, say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" and you said the truth, and then nobody ever asked again, well, nobody would know. But if people keep asking for your opinion and you keep telling what you actually think, well, there's comfort in that. There's comfort in knowing what somebody actually thinks versus are they blowing smoke up your ass, right? And that's the thing. I think that's the point I was trying to drive a little bit. It's like, yeah, great. I appreciate you sending this to me. I appreciate the fact that you took the time to put your product out there, but you also trusted the fact that I would give you an honest opinion. And if you don't want the honest opinion, then don't send it. Do not send it over here because I'm not your guy. Because I will tell you whether I like it or I don't. And I'm not saying that if I don't like it, I'm not saying nobody should buy it. If I say I don't like something, I always say, go try it for yourself. Let me know if you agree with me or don't. But try it for yourself, right? Don't let me sway you or anything else. But is that true? I mean, I feel like sometimes
I like that, man. That's good perspective right there,
right?
dude.
Is that crazy or no?
No.
No, I think there's certain levels of like being overly nice and then being straightforward and then just being like, yo, this is the real deal. Like it can't get much more clear cut than that. And that's how you nip a lot of that bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff in the butt, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah, I'll have bullshit out. Yeah, I hear you. You don't want to cuss anymore.
No, it's fine. We got all the cuss words.
He got the second drink down. He goes, "Ah, shit, we can't cuss anymore. I got to go back."
I got the eyes over here.
That's what happened. Okay, all right. Hey, listen. I mean, are we?
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, we absolutely appreciate you coming back on the show again.
100%, man.
Where can the folks reach you? And before if you got anything else new you wanna put out there, let us know.
Yeah, and we're gonna need for Pete as well.
Yeah. People can always find me by JonathanBBQ, Smokin Hope, no G, Smokin Hope, and everything else. Hit the website JonathanBBQ.com to see what I'm all about and what's going on. I could tell you all my plans and all the things that I got cooking up, or I could just show y'all in the next few weeks. So here we are.
Let's go.
Love this.
Do it, brother.
Do
it. I'm so excited for y'all.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody slide over there to Smokin. Check it out.
Yep. Hey, appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Jonathan, as always, it's been a pleasure. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Take it easy, brother. We'll see you again shortly.
Another killer interview. That is one of my favorite people to have on. That dude has such an energy about him. It's just, it's
great
contagious.
Dude.
It's intoxicating. He's
great
awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, it's great.
Guy's doing the Lord's work. Like he's out there just
Literally.
You know what?
helping
Listen,
people.
it's funny. Y'all hear that, and you know what I hear is I want to go to Arizona, and I want to hang out for a while, and we just need to like drink a little bit, cook a little bit, drink a little more, maybe get into some trouble. You know what I mean? That's what I hear.
Yeah.
So let's go, Jonathan. That's your name, by the way.
That is a truth statement there.
A truth statement?
Yes.
Right.
It's one of those.
So yeah, go check out some of the previous episodes that we had. So we had him out. I think it was episode 174, 176, somewhere in that area. He was also, we had him on. We were out at American Royal doing our little thing in there. So hey, go check out the previous episodes. A lot of awesome like information as far as like what he's up to as far as the smoking hope goes. But can we just let's jump into the
Barbecue news.
Barbecue news.
James has a face for radio like
That is not the barbecue news intro, John.
James has a face for radio. Like,
Why is your shirt hot off the grill? Barbecue news. Yeah, he said he didn't pregame, but he lied. Okay. I only got one little thing here. I say little, but it's kind of a big deal. Our friends over there at the NBBQA and the Barbecue News magazine are doing he's calling it a FUNraiser. It's a photo contest, and he's raising funds. They're starting a scholarship program, the NBBQA and the Barbecue News, and this is kind of their startup fundraiser to get this thing kicked off, to give back to, I don't know who they're giving back to, the kids. This is the kids. It's a scholarship.
They're doing a barbecue fundraiser to give back to the kids.
It's a scholarship fundraiser, and
Where's
anybody
this
can
at?
enter this. And where is it at?
Yeah.
You send in the pictures. It's a photo contest, fundraiser.
The internet. It's on
Oh,
the internet.
Right. The winner-
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
You have to physically go there and take your picture.
I'm
at
saying
a
like,
certain
you have to
location.
show up
No.
and like take a picture.
So
Like,
you're gonna
how are we going
send-
to do this?
You're going to send these
Is it
pictures
me?
in.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the winner will be the cover of the Barbecue News magazine for, I believe, June. Yes.
I have a question,
Go
John.
ahead.
What are we taking pictures of?
What are we taking?
Is it just whatever picture I feel like? Does it have to be of
Barbecue.
meat?
I assume it's barbecue
Just something
related.
barbecue related?
Yes.
Barbecue food
Yes.
related.
There will be
Okay.
a whole description of all this. Just scroll on down if you're listening to this. There'll be a link for you to click on. Click on that, and it's going to give you all the info you need. But so I think it's like $30 to enter. But again, all this is going towards a scholarship fundraiser. The first place will be on the cover, but there's going to be honorable mentions, second place, third place, and they're going to get spreads in the magazine and all this other stuff. But I just think it's super cool. So I thought I would
That's
share
awesome.
that
If
with
you
you.
No,
want
it's
your
very
cue,
cool.
if you want
You're right.
your food to be
You're right. That is very cool.
It's Kel
Yeah.
and Janet doing
in
Kel and
a
Janet
magazine.
things.
I know. It's very
Go
cool.
for it.
You get in the cover if you get first place of
Yeah.
the barbecue meeting.
I actually, when he sent this to me today, I immediately turned around and sent him a picture of me and Kel and I think Jan and Alex out there at Houston Rodeo. I was like, "Here's your cover." He was like, "LOL."
Let's go.
That's it. I was like, "Okay."
He's not going to pick a picture.
That's
of
not
that.
the cover.
You will not.
I
pick that.
think it's in the rules
Access
that he's
denied.
he's like prohibited on participating.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that's
We'll just blur his
Are
face
we
out.
are we prohibited as well?
no. We can
no,
definitely get
We
it
got
on.
a badass burger picture that we can set out there.
Yes, you also have a hell of a wiener picture that we can share.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Thanks, John.
Anyways, that's the hot off the grill barbecue news.
There it is.
But we do have some mail.
Hot off the mail. How would you say that?
I think there's an intro for that.
Hey, hot off the pit.
What's in the fucking mail?
What's in the what? What did you say?
I thought it was, we got mail, motherfucker.
That's the mail, motherfucker.
We got mail, motherfuckers.
But no, Matt, when you're done checking your Instagram, if you want to open that box up and show us what's going on.
Open it for me.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we got this one from Hooks Barbecue Rub.
Okay.
And he's actually going to be a guest on the show coming up in June, I think towards the end of June.
Badass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I don't know what he sent exactly.
Ooh.
Well, he sent a 9-pack's what he sent.
There's a note in there. James, why don't you read that?
He
Yeah.
said
Let me
them
see,
all.
read that.
Jared,
James.
his name is.
I'll give it to him. It's fine. Let me just see this for a second.
Jared Hooker. Is his
So
name.
we got hooked up with seasonings.
Hooked up. I like what you did there. What do we got, Matt?
The Mad Cow.
Dude, the sticks.
I think
man.
somebody's got something that describes it as
We
Cajun
got some of
red.
this. Some of those sticks.
Oh,
got the
Jan,
cards.
go ahead and take that home with you.
Description. Here's some notes. I'm
All
taking
kinds
notes.
of paperwork in this thing, man. There's a lot of heavy reading.
All right. What do you say, James?
Okay, so let me try to get into this. So, hey, Grab 'em in the Brisket family. Thank you for inviting me onto the show. I am truly blessed and excited because I know it will be a fun time.
Maybe I should have got someone else to read.
We should probably start reading these things ahead of time. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
know what we're
No,
talking
it's-
about.
No, I got it. It's like
It's cool.
I think he's asking, can he drink
Can't
a
do it.
cocktail while
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It actually helps.
Hey,
I don't think that's something he intended for us to
Handwriting?
read on here, so we'll just say
James, do you have your
thank you.
contacts in?
No, I do.
So what was in there? There was a beef rub?
It's like every kind of seasoning you can imagine.
Oh,
Every single
okay.
one of these bottles is a different kind. There's
All
a
the
taco
rubs.
seasoning. There's a lemon pepper. There's
there a Rasta
all
rub?
kinds of things.
I need a new taco.
It says,
seasoning.
it says, can I drink a cocktail while y'all drink your 12% ABV Martin House?
I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you can, and we appreciate you sending in the package. We're going to put this stuff to work so we can talk about it when he's on the show.
He goes,
gonna be a fun time.
here are some full-size samples of our 9 of our award-winning seasonings. Boom. Hit me up whenever. Appreciate y'all. God bless. Is it... Yeah. Anyways, so
Jared, his name's
Jared.
Jared.
I'm sorry. I want to say John, but Jared, you know what? I appreciate the handwritten note, but oh my God, man, you're chicken scratch. Are you a doctor? Like, are you like
Really, bro?
and
Come on, man.
Maybe like
God dang.
he's doing.
Quit being so judgy.
You're doing something very high level. I know you are because you just don't give a shit about that handwriting. Just
all right.
kidding, man.
It's all right, man. My handwriting is shit.
Lemon
Yeah,
pepper
mine is too.
is going to be my go-to for sure. H-Town AP rub also. Yeah, I need all these. Put this in the back of the box. Yeah.
All right.
Put
Well,
those back.
And you just talked about lemon pepper and
and
Oh, you got it already? God damn it.
put it in my car.
all right. Let's slide into a commercial since we hadn't done that yet. Let's pay some bills, and then we can
Do what we do?
Then we can drink some beer after. How about
Thank
that?
God. Let's just
Yeah.
throw this out.
This episode is brought to you in part by Oklahoma Joe's new Ryder Deluxe pellet grills.
Since the company's humble beginnings in 1987, Oklahoma Joe has helped those who appreciate the process and the craft of smoking.
What began with Joe Davidson, a member of the Barbecue Hall of Fame, and a dozen hand-built smokers at the Oklahoma State Fair over 30 years ago, has since forged an Oklahoma Joe's brand that builds some of the most sought-after smokers.
Oklahoma Joe has a proud history of creating uncompromising smokers and grills with carefully crafted design, and the newest generation of the popular Ryder series pellet grills carries on this tradition.
The new features in the Oklahoma Joe's Ryder Deluxe pellet grills include a Pit Control 2.0 system that delivers the category's first dual-sensor temperature control.
Fire-focused dual sensor feedback optimizes temperature control based on selected cooking styles, low and slow smoking, or high heat grilling.
A power feed system that boasts the high torque auger motor that powers through pellets for incredible power and performance.
The new Ryder Deluxe series builds on several popular features, including smoke and sear modes, which features an impressive temperature range that runs from 200 degrees Fahrenheit to a searing hot 650 degrees Fahrenheit, and a 20-pound quick draw hopper that allows unused pellets to be drained in seconds for simple storage, removal, and swapping of pellet flavors. Guys, if you want to find out more information about the new Ryder Deluxe series pellet grills from Oklahoma Joe, check out the Oklahoma Joe's website, and the link is in our description in the bio, and that's oklahomajoe.com.
Hi, I'm Sam,
I'm Richie. I'm Little Matt.
and here in the 500 Section Lounge, we are three dads who host a family-friendly weekly podcast.
Yep, we laugh, we go on tangents, and we talk to great guests.
Tangents. I don't know what you're talking about with that. You know there are gases leaking.
All right, okay.
Yeah, we have legendary conversations from sports to history and everything in between.
So be on the lookout for what we do next.
And always be there to
Grab a listen.
You know, I'm looking at Alex over here trying to he's all prim and proper. Dude, is your microphone even on right now?
yes.
Okay, thank God. Thank God. I thought you'd make like a rookie move and
Yeah.
come out and say something.
It's got to be.
Nobody
You know what
could
else-
hear
You know what
you.
else is on? My
No.
shirt. Unlike yours a second ago.
My shirt's on. What are you talking about? It's right there. It's on.
All right, with
Hey,
that, let's.
you know what's on is the grabbing the brisket.
Beer review.
Bow, bow, bow.
All right, so I went to HEB today.
Yeah.
It is Teacher Appreciation Week. I don't know if it's that everywhere, but it is at Maddox's school. So he's like
Teacher
he-
Appreciation Week.
Yes. So he
Bro, I
told
should have known this.
he told his teachers that his dad and mom were going to make them briskets for Teacher Appreciation Week. So we were at the damn HEB today buying briskets. I got a couple of prime briskets, and while I was there, I rolled down the beer aisle. I picked up a bottle or a 6-pack of the Martin House watermelon pickle beer. But then I did buy it. It's at my house.
How are you
But
going to
then I
deliver
went-
these briskets to these people?
I'm going to
at
take them up
school?
there tomorrow. They're already cooking. They're on right now. I just have them on the pellet
Yeah.
smoker. I'm going to take them up there in the afternoon tomorrow so they can just take them home with them when they get out of school. Anyways, so I did buy the Martin House, but I thought I'm going to change this up. You guys are probably had enough of the pickle beers. I got this Bad Astronaut Cruisin through Hellas Lager. I guess Bad Astronaut's the name of the brewery because there was like 4 different ones all said Bad Astronaut. Bad Astronaut Brewing Company, Houston, Texas. I never heard of these people before.
Yeah, me
5%
neither.
alcohol by volume, and again, this is a Hellas Lager.
So
I
it
love the
says,
DeLorean.
it says choose. Can you read this? Choose your track, transmission, and car, and race your way through the amazing adventure of the scariest environment imaginable. This lettering is so tiny.
All to the tune of Red
Am I
Line
crazy?
Hustle. This Hellas
Can you
is
see
the
that?
new high
Yeah.
score with its clean, malty goodness and smooth finish.
Let's get somebody young.
Do you know?
to read
Do you know
those
what they're?
words.
Speaking of somebody younger, I don't know about you guys.
Jesus.
Do you know what they're playing off of here with Cruising Through?
No, but I know that's a DeLorean.
It's Cruising USA.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cruising
It's a little
yourself.
arcade
It's very
game.
cool. It looks cool. It's a cool can. I saw the DeLorean. I was like, James will love this. So I got it.
All right.
James, do you,
So I got it.
do you love it, James?
Hey, he goes.
I do
So
like
I
that.
got it.
Thanks for thinking about.
We're about to go
James.
back in time
No,
drinking this beer.
no, we're not, James.
I know the listeners love those the canned pop.
Yeah, well, it happens.
You know what that tastes like?
Okay,
A really smooth Hellas beer.
Is it Hellas
it's a
good?
Hellas.
It's a Hellas. I think it's a Hellas, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It Hellas.
Yeah, that's exactly what it tastes like.
It's Hellas good.
Wow. Just see yourself out, John.
Just hey, do it again. Just do it again. Not now, but in a minute. Just sneak that in there.
That is a good beer.
So tastes like corn. Corn.
I don't think it
Just
tastes
kidding.
like corn.
It
I don't
doesn't
think
taste like corn, but it has that kind of like has that malty, corny taste to it a little bit.
I'm not getting corn at all.
Dude, this is
I'm
corn,
not getting
bro.
a whole lot.
I'm telling you right now.
There's a little something at the end of it. I don't know. It's almost like a citrusy thing, but
It's
I don't know.
citrus.
I don't.
It's
But
not
all the
corn,
Hellas
but it's-
beers taste like that. They got
Yeah.
that little back end on it.
Yeah.
And then so it's citrus, but it finishes off by corn. Am I crazy on this?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
you
you
are.
are.
Are
it's
you
almost
sure?
like an IPA without the hops.
Are you trying
It's
to
like
do
a-
the hit viral song?
corn.
It's corn.
No, I'm just telling you what it
You
tastes
said
like.
it a lot of times. It's like corn.
Yeah,
Big lump of
let me tell you why I'm
hops,
saying it
it
a lot of
has the
times
juice.
because I don't think y'all understand what the palate actually is. It's a fruity, like a grapefruity little thing that starts and ends real quick and turns into like a corn.
You see, everything is right, but the corn part.
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
the part where you're
Yeah,
off.
try it again.
Yeah, no, it doesn't taste
Just
like
try
corn.
it again.
Jan, give us the score.
The more you do this, the more I'm gonna be right on this. This is like a 7.9. It's a good beer.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Matt, you want to jump in?
Sure. Yeah, it's a citrusy, like you said, grapefruit kind of back end flavor. It goes away real quick. It's very, very smooth.
And corn.
It's not a very heavy Hellas. I'm gonna give it a 7.1.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. There's just not a whole lot going on, but
Yeah.
you know,
It's a drinkable
it's a,
beer.
It's
like
a good beer.
even this beer, if I was anywhere, you're like, hey, I got this Bad Astronaut. You're like, oh fuck, man! Like this guy has to have all the crazy beers at his house, right? And then you're like, great. You take it. You're like, oh, never mind. You any more of these? Thanks.
Yeah, it's good.
That's what you're saying.
Big
Hey,
Al?
you got any more of these?
It's good. I mean, I could drink these all day because it tastes like a light beer.
There it is. Delicious.
But I need a little bit more flavor. That being said, I still like it. I'll give it a 7.3.
5%, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I like about this review you just did? The fact that you were so genuine about it, and you were just like, I'll give it a 7.3.
Yeah, there's nothing to dislike about it, honestly.
It's a great score. This is a great beer. Yeah, fantastic, man.
If it was great, it would have gotten an 8.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's a good beer.
Well, in the 7s, it's a very good beer.
it's a great beer.
What do you guys? John, go ahead.
Yeah,
Why
I
would
like
you
this.
not
I
like
think
this
it's
beer?
tasty. I think it's crisp. It's clean. It's not a punch in the mouth
No.
of flavor, but it's very drinkable, and I think it's super refreshing. I think it's to be good on a hot summer day. After I finish watching somebody mow my lawn, this would be great.
Whoa, whoa,
You're out there
whoa!
just watching them?
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I make sure they do
Oh,
a good job.
You have a lawn crew. Hey, you have a
yes.
lawn crew?
Yes.
All right. Hey,
And I'm gonna give this.
very-
I'm pretty. I'm gonna go 7.9. I like this. This is good. It's tasty. I'll drink this again. I don't know if I'll buy it again because, like I said, it's not that much different than getting a light beer, and it costs a lot more. But it's good. If somebody else bought it, I drink shit out of it.
yeah, I like what you just did. I like the score. I like everything you did because, well, obviously you matched me. I just don't think that I didn't like the fact that you matched my score. And also put the fact in that you don't mow your own grass. And I'm like,
Do you mow yours?
yeah,
He only has like 4 blades of grass between the front and backyard.
it doesn't matter how many I have. I freaking mow them, and I weed
But he goes
eat
to work
them,
every
He
day.
used scissors.
and I weed
Bite
eat them, and I freaking blow it off the patio. I'm just saying,
Okay.
It's
we ain't the same.
It's okay. I don't.
That's
mow
the
my own
damn
grass.
truth right there. We ain't not the same.
By the way, John has the biggest green thumb you ever saw in your life. This dude just built like how many different gardens you have in your backyard. Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, no,
How many?
no,
Let's
let's get James's
let's
score.
go
We're
back
in the
to
beer review.
Okay.
Let's
Let's not skip on this.
table that.
We get back in a second. John, how many gardens? 4?
I have all the gardens. I have so many gardens.
Dude's got 4 gardens in his
My
backyard.
hibiscus are
Which,
killing
by
it.
the way, he planted. And he's not bullshitting. He actually did. James, give me your score.
Wow.
3.
I appreciate the lead up.
Nope.
The cue.
The man,
Yeah.
the myth, James
I don't need it.
Brian Moore. The Zorros of Zorros. The typewriter of everything ever said. This man, James
Okay,
Moore.
what's your score, James? Tell us about your beer. Tell us about your mouth
Is
feel.
it still going on or shit?
No, we're done. Go.
The
Look,
best
hey,
trimmer.
do you have anything else you want to say?
The
Okay, let's get it all out.
the best weed eater trimmer guy.
What
the
the hell?
best.
Okay, can we?
I'm
Can
just
we?
kidding. I was making up shit. I have no
Yeah.
idea. I'm
All right,
just, I don't know.
let me jump into this.
Yeah.
So Jan has this down as being
Yeah.
make beer great again.
Yeah.
He thinks this is a 7+ beer.
A
It's
7.9.
not.
We all said 7+.
I'm more.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Everybody here says 7+.
Okay, well, then
Yeah.
I'm putting it around the table. I'm
You-
more
you
kind
threw
of.
around you threw around me like
You started
damn.
it. You started it, and I had this thought
Okay.
when you started it, and all of a sudden it got off the rails because you talk about fucking growing shit.
Yeah.
But
Well.
I'm more on the lines of just like falling asleep, like Sleepy Joe. I am like,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're being a little.
it's a decent
boo-boo head.
beer. It's very just bland.
Yeah.
There's no flavor.
Do you like the beer?
I mean, no,
What is your score?
5.0. 5.0.
You're wrong. I don't hate you for it because
Yeah.
I can see that it is a very.
It's an
whatever,
average
but
beer. It's an average beer.
It's
Cheers
definitely
to the,
better than a regular
hey,
light beer.
Cheers to the best 5.0 beer I ever had in my freaking life.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, let's call
Cheers to
that
that.
one. This is
Cheers.
grabbing a brisket.
Beer
All right. Let's keep this train rolling. I got a barbecue fail. No, I have a barbecue win. I have a barbecue something. I'm
Did
gonna
you listen
play
to
it.
it yet?
I did. I just
Okay.
don't really remember. I do know that it's 2 parts because he called and then he remembered something else and called back. So I'm going to play both parts. And I have some pictures. So if you're on the interwebs and you're watching this on the YouTube, you will see some pictures.
Hey guys, this is Greg again. Just thought I'd share a little barbecue win from yesterday I did on Sunday.
Let's
I'll
go,
see you
Greg.
guys pictures later on. I did a pot roast, Mississippi style. Smoked it for an hour and a half, took it off, put au jus gravy mix, Hidden Valley Ranch mix, some pepperoni peppers with sauce from it, and then a slab of butter. Put it back on for 3 hours. Turned out freaking amazing. I love doing these things. So easy to do. And Jan, you're a bitch.
This guy. Listen.
Hold on. He called back.
Let's not, bro.
Hey, Greg calling back.
Greg.
Oh, I forgot to.
Is it Greg?
Away with that pot roast. I got that on clearance for
Food poisoning?
$6 at Food Line. Just so it doesn't matter what kind of meat you buy. It all tastes good no matter how you cook it. Smoke on, brothers.
See how you use my line?
Yeah.
Smoke on. Yeah, he did. I didn't even think about that. But he called back to say that he got that thing for a deal. $6 for that. And it looks pretty good for a...
You should have bought those for the teachers.
Right?
Yeah. A lot of people down here in Texas don't do pot roast like that.
That's like one. We all do.
I had never even heard of it until
It's
about a year ago.
Roast,
Putting the pepperoncinis and everything in it. I had never even heard of it.
It's a Mississippi roast.
Yeah, but I started doing it recently, and that's
You're
like
hooked?
Yeah, it's kind of my rotation of meals.
Did you go to the internet?
It's easy,
Yeah,
it's
I
cheap,
did.
and it's tasty.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, Greg, we absolutely
You could have talked to the wives.
Greg, we appreciate you sending us in another win, and we appreciate you being a consistent listener. Jan, what's again?
Suckabusters. Everybody wants some Suckabusters. You know what? I'm not saying that you should pick any other season but Suckabusters because they have a bunch, right? But that Chicks That Smoke, it just hits, man.
Yep.
Pick that up.
Greg, I agree with every single thing you said in that message.
Look phenomenal.
I need to do what he's doing. I need to smoke it because what I did is I seasoned it and I just seared it, but I didn't smoke it.
Yeah.
I got to try the smoking it part. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we just always sear it and we throw it in the oven on like a cast iron.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to do it. That's for sure.
And what was it, Greg?
Yep, Greg.
Hey, can we do? There he is. Modified cheers to Greg.
Hey, cheers to Greg.
Everybody,
one of our best listeners.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
I
we appreciate you.
Cheers, but
we
Jan
thank
cheersed
you.
it, so.
We thank you. Thank you so much because, dude, it's still flattering. I don't care. You know.
Hey, he's thinking about you.
Yeah, when you cook a meal that just the family just like goes to town on, you're like, that's the best. And you know, you're outside. Maybe you're drinking the beer and you're like looking out inside, and everybody's just tearing it up. And you're just like, you're fist pumping. You're just like,
yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
From the outside looking in.
Come on. It's like, babe, do you want to get a plate? Yeah, I'm coming.
Well, last week I did another pot roast, and I was all excited about this one because like I had done one before and it came out really well. I was like, so I bought a little bit better ingredients this time. I knew a couple things to do. I cooked it, and then I let it rest, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna let that cool down and throw it in the refrigerator. Woke up the next morning, came downstairs, and it was still on the counter. So I had to pitch the whole damn thing.
I'm like, you know what? I chanced that.
I wasn't gonna chance it.
I just do it. I'm like, we'll heat it up. We'll burn off some stuff. It's fine.
Matt's like, I got something I got to do the next day.
You don't do it. I would do it though.
Yeah. Well, I did one 2 days ago, and it was fantastic. I just throw shit in there, man.
Obviously, we learn history for a reason because things repeat itself over and over again. So this thing is like we learned in our history, maybe as we're going through grade school or maybe junior high or whatever. The
where's this from?
What?
No, where's this from?
This is an article that I just pulled up. So this is the Great Panic of 1910 of Halley's Comet.
Oh shit! Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So 1910.
Hell of a comet.
Obviously, Halley's Comet's coming around. There was a little bit of a scare. There was a French astronomer that came out, and they did. Obviously, they at that time they can sit there and use their scopes and look at the tail that's coming off of it. He said this whole tail was like just cyanide gas.
How would he know that?
They do have like instruments that they can just read, but his deal was the Earth was going to fall in path of the tail, and the whole Earth was just going to be developed into this cyanide gas, and it was going to kill everybody.
Oh, good Lord!
Hey, do you know
you
what?
Think that now, but back then, if everybody was spreading the same message, you would have thought we're all going to die.
Right. Well, 1910. How long did it take for that message to spread?
Well, so the New
It
York
was like 1934, and they were like just hearing
Nah,
about
it's
it.
more
Read
than
all
that.
about it.
It's
We're
more
gonna
than
die.
So the New York Times, this is a French astronomer or whatever that pulled up. New York Times ran a full front page ad in 1910, and then all of a sudden the San Francisco and everybody in America and everybody across the world started
Happened like
putting
this.
this thing out.
Tel-
Everybody
Telegram.
went berserk.
You start spending all your
Hey,
fucking
Telegram
savings on
is
shit.
still a
Yeah.
thing.
1910?
Huh?
I thought Telegram was 1914.
No, they're spelling. You're doing telegraph.
I just make shit up. I have no idea.
No.
It's
You're doing telegraph between ship and ship.
so what
ship
happened?
and ship would. So you would have ships out in the sea. They would receive and send.
So what?
Cool.
Awesome.
Ding, 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 ding,
So what
ding, ding, ding,
happened?
ding, ding.
Everybody freaked out, and all of a sudden it's like, and some of the stuff that kind of correlates with what we went through during the COVID deal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of misinformation that just popped up, and some of the stuff was like they were selling umbrellas.
They were like
Protect you from gas.
anti-radioactive.
It would shield you from the.
There's always an opportunistic out there.
Yeah, you don't want that umbrella, but this
The
one?
sky's falling, ma'am. Umbrellas.
What do you call them? Like grifters,
Charlatans.
charlatans.
I don't
They
know.
were just like selling
Yeah.
stuff. There was a couple of Texans that got arrested because they were selling these. I think I have a picture here, and I don't.
Comet fever pills? Is that what it is?
Comet fever
Comet
pills
fever pills. What?
that were pretty much just sugar pills.
I thought you were going to say like cocaine or something.
They're sugar
Like
pills
Valiums. I
that would
recommend she
protect you
take
from
4.
the radiation
Sir,
and the gas that was going to come down.
you get more whiskey. That's funny.
Gas masks went through the roof. Everybody was just selling the shit out of gas masks
what happens.
everywhere.
This
But
sounds very familiar.
It's called hysteria.
Yes.
Okay.
The
and this
toilet
is-
paper flying off the shelves. It was gone. Couldn't find toilet paper anywhere.
Yeah, Karen is out there in her fucking her bug and carriage, and she's taking all the toilet paper out of the general store.
No, I
Ju-
think her name
ju-
would have been
just to
Ethel.
go down, just to go
Right.
down 2 blocks to set up and start selling it. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, Karen.
Excuse
What
me,
the
you
hell?
have 2 partridges of toilet paper in your buggy.
Hey, I will
we're gonna have
talk to
to
you in
fight
a
you over it.
fortnight.
Partridge. Okay.
Okay, listen.
We'll
hey,
win that.
wrap this up real quick. I'm not sure what's happening, but
But a lot of this stuff comes back around.
No,
like
it
the
always
whole
does.
Comet stuff, there was one person that died, and it was a king of England or a king of whatever died, and they blamed it on the comet.
Seriously?
Correct.
That's BS.
But ever since then, the comet just keeps coming around, and they just keep coming up with like different, like obviously there was a big, huge comet that came around right before COVID.
I don't
hit.
think Haley's comet keeps coming around.
Right before COVID hit, there was a big, huge comet that came around. They're like, there's a people out there. It's like this created this.
You know what will save you from a comment like that? Grabbing the brisket seasoning coming
There it
soon.
is. Coming
As
soon.
For the
much as
past
you
3
can.
years, it's been coming soon.
The
Right.
comet
Actually,
bills.
just one of our T-shirts will actually shield you from all that. You can find that on grabthebrisket.com along with all of our other content, some videos, all kinds of great stuff. But really, the T-shirts, they will save you from any of that sort of comet dust or whatever the hell you're talking about.
Right.
Hopefully, after the world ends, somebody, some alien race finds the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. But I will end this with,
Thank
Hey.
God.
it's been great talking barbecue with you.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody. We've been great.
Smoke on.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. We'd like to give a special thanks to SUCKLEBUSTERS BBQ Rubs and Sauces, Bonner's Fiesta Spices, Cooley Nation Custom Koozies, Cambro Manufacturing, Yeti Coolers, the Smoke Sheep Barbecue Newsletter, and Dow Strong Knives. We definitely appreciate your support.